Hello, welcome back to Three Pints and a Clean Sheet. And no, this is not Tom Cruise, it's me, Kyle, back with my two lovely co-hosts. How are we, gentlemen?
It was one of the better introductions I've had, so thank you. I'm good. How are you?
Fully it, absolutely fully it.
Well, yeah, you clearly are because you compared yourself to Tom Cruise.
I meant full of the cold, or the winter
Hmm.
flu, or this bug, or whatever, or Brovid, or something like
Brovid is the worst thing I've ever heard. And last week
As
I made a horrendous analogy, and Brovid is worse than that.
that. Don't
I
flatter
don't think it
yourself.
is. I think you're trying to make yourself feel better. Maybe that's
Do
what
not
you've given
flatter.
me because I don't feel the best, but another interesting week of football, so to speak.
2 day hang, 2 day hang, 2 day hang.
I don't drink.
This is a PG.
Correct.
This is a PG water only club. Nobody drinks.
Ooh, not sponsored.
Anyway, you're not going to tell me, you just got to ignore me, Greg. I asked her you were, and you just blanked me.
Oh, I'm fine.
No, I don't really care. Um, So I think that's all the formalities at the road. Let's get into the good stuff. Palace
Sure.
nil, Liverpool 1 in the Premiership.
Premiership, Christ, they've both moved north of the border.
Shut up. The Barclays Premier League.
Thank you. Yeah, starting off with one of the games that wasn't my favourite from the weekend.
It was in the title race and the relegation race. It was a 6 points for both sides.
Palace are not going down.
They're lackluster so far.
Though to be fair, the Liverpool goal, I was going to say the first goal because it should have been the first of many and it wasn't. The Liverpool goal is nice, but the right back is really weak. I don't know what he's doing letting Simicast through. And Trevor Chalobah, I know it was his first start for Palace, but it's absolutely horrendous marking. Like the player who scores, who's Jota,
Jota, yes. Diogo.
starts in the channel outside him. So like they're playing a back five. He starts in the channel between the left wing back and Chalobah, and somehow ends up wandering in front of Chalobah to tap in. It's one of those goals that looks really weird because it just is bad defending.
Yeah, I would agree. It was good striker play, poor defending.
Oh, it's horrendous defending.
Kind of their season so far.
Yeah. Saying that about Palace, if you want to say the relegation race, I thought they had plenty of chances. They did
They
good.
did.
They made good chances, especially in the second half. Just feel like didn't make use of them. Eze had a really, really good chance. So let's be honest, I think he probably should have been burying.
So
Just I can't remember quite what it was. It was a more of a one-on-one situation. He just straight the keeper.
a worry for Liverpool that Palace were allowed to have so many chances after Liverpool were dominant for so long and only scored one goal.
It might come back to bite them in the arse when they've only scored one, despite all their chances. You all having about
Like it,
10.
It would have bit them in the
like
arse more had the VAR actually decided they were going to be competent and give Palace a penalty.
Nonsense. VAR does its job.
It's one of those where they're going to let the referee's decision on the field stand, despite the fact the referee on the field cannot see it. The referee on the field has no idea what's happened.
Well, on the contrary, I think he knew fully what was going on, and he's
Hmm.
well within his rights to make that good call.
Yeah, he says, trying not to laugh.
Just happy. It's the Cronenberg talking, man.
The word I've written next to the word penalty question mark on my bit of paper is meh. Like, I take the justification was he didn't hold him for long enough and it didn't really impact anything. And I'll take the second one of those. Like, he definitely holds him for long enough for him to go down. I don't think that can be questioned. I heard someone on match today go, he holds him for just the right amount of time. That's not how that works. Um, the question is, does he actually get a touch in it, or does the goalkeeper still get it?
I back the goalkeeper.
You would,
Well, best keeper in the world.
Robert.
yeah, I don't know. I didn't really have much thought on it to be honest. Just wasn't like you say, it wasn't my favorite game of the weekend.
No, Liverpool. I think the summary of what I'm trying to say is, I'm not sure whether it was a penalty or not, but given the way the game went, it deserved to be a penalty. Like Palace deserved to have that opportunity to get back into things based on their play. But as you say, Robert, they had themselves to blame. Never took any chances.
Yeah, well, that's what I wrote down. I thought the first goal. I mean, as poor as the defending probably was, I thought it was still well worked.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, Palace passed up too many opportunities. That's the thing, though. I'm going back to when I said last week, or was it maybe the week before, when Arsenal picked up like that extra goal at the end, the Havertz goal that came in from VAR. It's like it's those type of goals that'll beef your goal difference up. Liverpool,
Yep.
like Kyle said, are going to be kicking themselves. So that's
Well,
my thoughts on
hopefully
that
not.
one.
Hopefully not, but you never know these things.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my thoughts on those.
Well, we went through what you call a lack of goal fest to an absolute goal fest in Brentford, the 5-3 slobber knocker.
Yes, absolute amateur hour. It took them 76 seconds to score. They didn't manage to score within a minute this week.
Professional footballers
Around
by
Brentford.
ours.
They love an early goal.
To be fair, and I'm sure I've said this already, one, they absolutely throw players forward from the kickoff. Thomas Frank, not for this one, for the one that makes it 3-2 after Wolves just equalised, actually in his interview called it a kickoff routine, which I found really interesting.
The kickoff glitch back in the KSI days.
I'm unfamiliar with
Of
what
course
that
you would
abbreviation
know.
stands for.
Knowledge, strength, and integrity.
Ah,
I was going to
that's
sing the
it.
song, but that we might lose the very few listeners we have if I did.
And me. I'd be off.
So you would.
Sing it. Start singing.
No, I'm okay. Yeah, Brentford love an early goal. I thought that this Wolves seem to be creating the chances, i.e., with the amount of goals they've been scoring. It's just the defence is absolutely letting them down.
On the contrary, Wolves scored 3 goals with an XG of 0.9. Brentford had an XG of more than 4.
I think Brentford played that way all season. They're just, I don't know what you call it, just all out attack. As you can see with 5 goals.
I mean, the centre half scores the first one because he just, like, they pass it about for a bit. It goes wide, and the centre half just continues his run, and no one watches him.
Wolves scored, didn't they? Pinnock and Collins.
Yeah, Pinnock from a set piece, but yeah.
Same thing, sure. But yeah, 2 minutes in, then 2 minutes after that, 4 minutes in, Cunha makes it 1-1.
Yes.
Taste their own medicine.
Nice pick out in way too much space.
After that, I went blurry because it just seemed to be goal, 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 goal. So
Yes, it was 2-2 at one stage. Strang Larson with a really nice finish. I hear they do have an option to buy him. They absolutely should. My problem, and this is the 3-2 one, and I know they've just got themselves back into the game. It's 2-2. And yes, I know Brentford love a chaos from a set kick off. But the goal happens because Wolves piss about with it. And this is a point that I've made a lot on this podcast this season, and was reinforced by even more watching Arsenal Southampton, which we're not talking about. But the same thing happened with Southampton. They got back into the game. Southampton were leading at the Emirates for 3 minutes, to be fair. But you have the ball in your own edge of your own 18-yard box. In both cases, Wolves having just got back into the game and Southampton having just got into the lead at the Emirates, twat it away. Stop fanning about with it because you just concede. You're not good enough to play that way.
I mean, you're sitting bottom league, you shouldn't be trying to mess about.
Jurgen Strand Larsen is 6'4". He can take a long ball in his heat, surely.
No, here's the
They've
question.
done the hard work, getting the lead, and then they just throw it away. Sorry to jump in there,
I
Kel.
was going to say, you're 6'4". Could you take it in the head?
Yes.
That's all I want to say.
You could fire the ball at me. My first touch might be shocking, but you could fire the ball at me and you wouldn't concede off the back of it. You'd have an opportunity to kind of reorganise.
Unless you've tried to control it, volleyed it back at your own keeper and just went in.
To be fair, does sound like something I would do.
Facing the way we played in Germany, I think. Anyway,
oh shit, it's got in. What a lovely finish. Oh shit, that's Mikey.
We've sidetracked,
I'd like to see the footage for the reference. When we were over in Germany for the Euros, there was a little 5-a-side pitch that we were playing on, and I believe it was Albanian,
Georgian TV.
Georgian TV. So we're famous.
We're filming us. I've scoured the internet, looking on YouTube and all sorts, and can't find it. Sadly, I reckon they've tried to erase it from their hard drive, as they've probably erased it from their mind. They
saw Dino try to take a penalty, and that was, perfection in their eyes, and they'll never show anything better in their life.
Poor Dino. Anyway, enough sidetracked.
What's a compliment?
Sure, we've sidetracked.
We have.
I get told off for this. I can't remember where. Wolves are shite.
Yeah. Yes, they've not had easy fixtures. That one was one where they'd surely be targeting points. And their next 5 games are next 2 games after the international break are Man City at home and Brighton away. After that, they've got Palace, Southampton, and Fulham. One of those teams is all right. The other two aren't that good. Wolves really need to start picking up points. This is what a game where they probably would be wanting at least a point from.
I was going to ask. I'll let you go first.
No, I was going to say I wrote down a little quote from the commentary. Self-inflicted mistakes. Notably, that was about the penalty, but it very much summarises the rest of it, to be honest.
I was going to say, we've said for weeks that this should be safe. I think it's time to start casting doubt on that.
They still should be. The problem is that Everton got a point at the weekend. Let's not talk about that. Yes, Ipswich lost again, but Ipswich have drawn 4 games. Wolves are already 3 points off the pace, and their goal difference is already a bit mince, made a bit worse by conceding 5. At some point, and yes, they do have 2 difficult games coming up, but teams above them are, apart from Southampton, are going to start picking up points.
Maybe. Depends.
Mm.
But yeah, let us know. Are Wolves staying up or going down?
They, I think the summary of that, they might have had a terrible run of fixtures, but everyone plays the same 19 teams twice.
Does some get better results against these 19 teams and don't chip 5 goals?
Yes, but you can only do so much about your run of fixtures, but you still have to get the same amount of points as everyone else.
Based on their defending for that game, it was schoolboy. It was terrible, bloody terrible.
Would have been out of place at Palmerston, from what I heard.
That's not in the run order this week, I'm afraid.
Good.
Well, the fans got their money worth in goals. That's also what I wrote down.
Yes.
But you can't moan at an 8-goal thriller.
No.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on to another potential thriller. Man City 3, Fulham 2.
It was. I really commend Fulham.
Yeah, I thought
played well.
They went about it the right way. Well worked for the first goal. Just fired at them, and that's what City kind of seem to crumble at the moment. It comes to the pressure in the first half.
They gave Man City a couple of early chances, again by fanning around at the back. Get rid of it. Bernd Leno, prime example. Passes it straight to Bernardo Silva. Ilkay Gundogan. Passes it straight to someone. There's a let off because Gundogan misses wide. There's another really good chance as well early on before they inevitably take the lead.
Yeah.
It is worth noting, if Adama Traore was a capable footballer, they would have won that game about 10-0.
Yeah, Traore had like 2 or 3 or probably more chances to score.
If he could finish a ball, he would be top 10 in the world. He is electric with his pace.
But he's really important how Fulham play as well, especially in that game. Like, it was nice to see someone not really that scared of Man City. Like, they defended admirably at times and, didn't really, weren't scared of putting men forward, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Especially going on the break. Like, Fulham look a decent-ish side.
I think there's no worries with them, though. Be comfortable top 10.
A very comfortable top 10. The other really interesting thing I thought about this game was the third goal. So the Doku goal.
Yeah.
It was a 3 o'clock kickoff. I've not seen, so I've only seen the highlights, and the highlights cut it off at the point where I want to see it. But, that goal comes from a long ball forward, which kind of proves my entire point, really, that the one team who's actually going for a long ball forward is Man City, and they're doing something with it. It's a long ball forward into Haaland. It goes back to Lewis, and at that point, they've beat 5 Fulham players.
Yeah.
They're already in the gap between the midfield and the defence. The midfield are having to retreat, and they're advancing, so the defence have to retreat. The defence retreat so far. Doku gets a good strike away from the edge of the box, and he goes in.
Yeah, I mean, but it was some skill and a hit from Doku. I thought he's some player.
Yeah.
It shows that the top teams can play your tiki-taka or your hoofball.
But if other teams started to do that, like Wolves with a 6'4" target man, that's the type of thing that could be helpful. I would also say, Raul Jimenez, great to see him back at what looks close to being his best.
That wee back, he was quite sexy.
Oh, it was absolutely sensational.
Yeah,
I almost had to stop. That was almost me. I almost just paused it and went, okay, that's it. Football's finished. See you later.
The film goals were really nice. It's not too disheartening when you only lose by 1 at the Champions.
But it is when Adama Traore misses 3 sitters.
if you look past his incompetence.
Yeah.
And another big 3-2 was Brighton 3, Spurs 2. Classic Ange collapse.
My favourite part of that watching,
Plastic arms collapse?
I would say so.
Sure.
well, my favourite part was when the camera zoomed in on his face after the third Brighton goal went in. That was enjoyable.
I was going to say they're comfortably 2 up and then threw it all away.
Brennan Johnson scoring another goal. Was that in 6 games now?
6 and 6,
I
sorry.
believe. Yeah. Some start from him.
Yeah.
It's quite mental. He was shite last season. Now he's good.
Maybe just took time to adjust. I have to say though, for Madison's goal, it was poor keeping.
Really poor. I'll let you take that one away as the former keeper. Like,
It's I don't even know how to describe it really. He's there. I just think he's completely underestimated how hard the ball's been hit, but it's just Papa Dumb Hands, as Kyle Pagan would say.
Yep.
But yeah, I think, but I will add, he makes up for it with a great save at the end.
Yes, he does. However, the goalkeeper on the whole in that game wasn't amazing.
Yeah.
Brighton had 4 shots on target, Spurs had 3. It finished 3-2.
Is he not Holland's number 1, not Verbruggen or Belgium? Where is he from? He's Dutch.
He is Dutch. I don't know if he's their number 1 yet.
Because if he's the number 1, he doesn't show a lot.
But the other thing I enjoyed, so I watched this on Match of the Day too. I enjoyed. I almost said Brian Potter. That's the wrong person.
Graham.
I enjoyed Graham Potter on Match of the Day too, talking about Ange after the game and about kind of you hear him in his interview after the game, and he's kind of like, "Oh, it's all on me." Kind of the way he takes the pressure off the team, but the pressure's kind of already on him.
He's a manager, it's his tactics.
The thing is, Spurs looked so good in the first half, and again, I think it was Warnock on Stephen, that is, on Match of the Day too, who said that Spurs just kind of took their foot off the gas for like 1 second at the start of the second half, and Brighton were at it.
Got to go from the whistle. I think that at least for Brighton's first goal, there's at least 2 Spurs players just standing sleeping, just watching them.
I have "what the hell were they doing" written down on a bit of paper.
Yeah. And for the third, for the winner in the end, what a ball in, just from the pure fact that he pressed him so much that he just managed to get a bit his foot on it and whacked it into Welbeck, who was standing waiting. And Welbeck is notorious for being a poacher. He's just going to do it, isn't he?
Yep. He really is. Rutter looks like a really good signing for Brighton.
Really, really good signing.
He was one of the commentators saying like how he was absolutely mince for Leeds and he's just new lease of life at Brighton somehow.
Yep. Different system, confidence.
Certainly.
So is it a tale of 2 halves?
I don't know whether it's right to say it now, knowing that we're about to move on to the game, but are Spurs one of those people who just were knackered from being in Europe? Because obviously you've got Villa and United, which we'll come on to, which was snooze fest. Liverpool weren't as convincing as they could have been. And Arsenal fell behind to Southampton. Like, is the European hangover, does it actually exist?
That's one of those, if it suits the agenda, if that makes sense.
I think it does in this case. Like, I actually, like, if Liverpool were playing a better team, and if Arsenal were playing a better team, I think they would have suffered for it. Spurs were the only ones who played a decent team, so Spurs are the only real ones you noticed it in.
And they were away in Hungary, or it was Hungary they were away to, so that was a long journey.
I would also say Chelsea drew as well.
Of course they did, yes.
They did.
Man City made a bit of a struggle as well.
Yeah, like I think I can fit the European hangover agenda this weekend.
Just this weekend though, not next weekend.
Well, no, it's the international break.
Or last season when Newcastle was struggling. There's nothing to do with
that. It definitely was.
Oh, as alluded to, Villa 0, Man United 0. I'll let one you take away because you said it was a snooze fest.
I'll start.
Yes.
United's worst ever Premier League start after 7 games. And another part noted down was a comment actually from the highlight. When I was watching the highlights, because I never caught the game, someone noted it feels like that stat has been said every single season since Sir Alex Ferguson left, and I just had to agree because it does.
Yeah,
it just seems like they're breaking all the wrong records.
Well, that, or I think it's more the case that statisticians are now finding random like points that seem to matter. Like it'll be the worst start in 7 games, and then it won't be the worst start in 8, and then it'll be the worst start in 9. Like they'll find the little anomalies to do that with. Like you can find a stat that proves whatever point you want in football nowadays, I think.
They are kind of like the
I
media
will.
villains. I think that's the right word.
No,
There's
Villa are the villains.
Ha.
You
Anyway,
said my Tom Cruise thing was pish.
Yes, it was. That doesn't mean I can't be right and wrong on this occasion.
Oh, my heat.
your stats can maybe be twisted, but I feel like teams don't fear Man United anymore. It's probably been like that for a few seasons, but there's just like teams will go in thinking we can take points here. The highlights could have been about 10 seconds long, to be honest.
This game was there for the taking for whoever wanted it, and Villa were knackered and Man United are shit.
I think it suits Villa more because your European hangover.
I'm just sick of seeing Fernandez's greeting face.
I
Can't get
will
sent off
say,
again. Maybe not sick of it. I'm just sick of seeing his face in general. But it's good to see greeting.
one, the fact Johnny Evans was man of the match is the funniest thing you need to know.
That's a bit discrediting because he's been good since he came back.
He has, but the fact that he was man of the match in a game between a team in the Champions League and a team of the prestige of Man United at that age is worrying about the quality of the game.
I think it's the age of all of us combined.
Yeah.
Probably.
Bruno Fernandes almost broke deadlock. It was a really good free kick, really unlucky. Dalot at the end with an excellent block that someone said was a job saver, and I don't think they were that far wrong, to be honest. I think if they lost that game, Ten Hag was gone.
I think so.
It's just a matter of time, I think.
It is. The other thing I want to say is Marcus Rashford should have been sent off. Very clearly should have been sent off.
He is hopeless at any end.
There wasn't a lot made of it. Like there was a talk of should have been sent off, but it's really bad because both fouls are basically identical. The second one's probably worse. Like both fouls, he just kicks them. He doesn't have any attempt to play the ball. And if he wasn't booked for something similar like 2 minutes ago, the second one is a nailed on yellow. Because not only does he not go for the ball, the player's about to put a cross in.
He's got that petulant streak.
Yeah.
The
last point I wanted to ask you guys about. Do you think Old Trafford's an issue for Man United now? I know this game wasn't at Old Trafford, but it got me thinking about it.
Well, it's falling apart, isn't it?
But do you get what I mean by that? Like teams like
Tottenham
last week go out, and if Man United do not exert themselves from minute 1 on the game, and the opposition gets a tiny foothold in the game in the first couple of minutes, the crowd gets straight on Man United's back. You know, is it perhaps easier for them away from home when they don't have all the pressure on them?
I'd say so, yeah. It kind of comes with both toxicness. I think we compared, you made a comment about Ibrox. Was it last week or the week before?
Yeah, last week.
They've not even played the pass yet, and the fans are screaming and booing and all sorts. And I think it probably is the same as Man United. It's just
I think
the expectation, and I think the fans struggle to understand that that's not the expectation anymore, or at the moment.
I was going to say,
I think it still is the expectation. To be honest, I think they're just a bit deluded.
I think their expectations are still back like 2008 when they were really, really good. Whereas times have changed; they're not that team anymore. The fans can't accept it.
It's top 10 minimum. Europe is good. Champions League is a massive achievement at this stage for them. And that's at this stage after 7 games, sorry, where they've won 2 of them. And we all had them nailed on 4th. And that's just like, I can't see that happening now. I cannot see any situation, no matter which manager comes in, where they finish 4th.
Depends who's free. And may get some random fella who's dynamite, you never know.
We kind of know who's free.
Well, it's I know, obviously, but Zidane's kicking a bit.
It's not happening, though, is it?
I can't see him taking that job.
But the other thing is, can you even see Zidane turning that team round inside this season?
Not inside this season, no. I need more time.
Like, the players are all right, but there's just such a mental block at that club. It's ridiculous. So, by the way, hi, Ash. This is to make up for the Man United slander we didn't give last week. that you said we were a bit nice on Man United. We're not being nice about Man United this week.
I know we spoke about it before. I'm looking at some of the names, and the names are so...
They're dreary.
They're all the it used to be the fell off. Tuchel's a good shirt, but other than that, they're all...
Tuchel's not a good shout. Tuchel will be fine for 9 months, and then he'll have an argument with someone, and then he'll get sacked.
Or if they win an FA Cup, then he'll get told to piss off. Or win the Europa League or whatever they're in. They win something, and then they'll piss off. And Ten Hag is favourite to leave, overwhelmingly. The favourite to leave next in the league.
Which is weird, because I don't think...
Is that expectations?
You could be right. Because even the teams at the bottom, I don't think they're going to sack anyone soon. Unless Wolves get like 10 hit past them by Man City, then they might do something about Gary.
Is he favourite on expectation, or is that results?
What do you mean?
Is it results-wise favourite to leave, or is it this expectations as we've just gone on about?
I really don't know.
I have those expectations. Fans have got too much hope for this shite team. It's pressure.
They've scored 5 goals. They've scored 1 more than Southampton, who are shit, and the same number as Crystal Palace, who we have already saw can't hit a barn door.
Anyway, let us know in the comments. Are Man U shite or are Wolves shite?
Both.
I think that's all Premier League. We're all Premier League or not, I think, aren't we?
Yeah, so excited for a week off because my fantasy team won't do shite.
Oh, that's we're hearing about fantasy teams anyway, that's for sure. In better news, the Scotland team is out. What do we think?
I don't know if it's better news or not, because my overwhelming feeling was once again, we are back to being shit again, aren't we?
I feel like the level, we got to a point where we peaked now. Every single squad that's announced, the level seems to decrease.
We just for a reminder of Scotland's form, as if you needed it. We've lost 4 of our last 5 games. The only game we did not lose was the 1-1 draw with Switzerland. We are now 1-1-15, which was against Gibraltar. And if you exclude the Gibraltar game, it is now over a year since we last won a game.
Ouch.
In fact, I can make that even easier for you. It's been over a year since we last won a competitive game.
That's quite crazy, actually. Clark's still on a job.
And it was Cyprus.
Gee, really
I think he's one bad result away from going, to be honest. He says that he's not had any chat about extending his contract, but he wants to obviously finish it. But we'll see.
He'll be going at the end of the Nations League.
Yeah, I reckon. Surprised that the likes of Lennon Miller and Connor Barron didn't make this team. However, there is the thing of the under-21s have a massive qualification. I think it's with 2 legs or coming up for the try and qualify for the Euros. So I think the likes of Lennon Miller and Connor Barron have probably been included in that squad. You know what I mean?
I read that it was they could take 1 player from the under-21s and they picked Ben Doak, which is fair.
Yeah.
I can't make my mind up if I like that or not. In the grand scheme of things, how important is the under-21 Euros? It is a tournament, I suppose. However, if the Nations League can get the senior team in a higher pot for World Cup qualification, then we need to be doing that. Unless we already think that 2 losses is too late for us, in which case, fair enough.
I think Ben Doak's not a bad shout from the pick of under-21 players, but I would rather Barron.
If you asked me to pick, I would have picked Max Johnston.
He's another one I would have picked just to cover some defensive failures.
To cover the right backs, of which the options are Ralston and Devlin, who's uncapped and 30.
Or Forrest.
Devlin being called up.
Forrest can play as a right wing back.
No, he can't.
He
can for Celtic. No, he can't against Portugal and Croatia.
Against Rafael Leao, right? That'll be all right. Aye, very good. Against Rafael Leao.
Yeah. By position, we'll come back to goalkeeper because it's the one I have the lead. We kind of touched on midfield there, which is any options that improve the midfield are from the under-21s, i.e. Barron, Watson, Miller, of which you call up at least one because we need to start bleeding players through.
I think since last time McGregor's retired. Since last time he's played, so there's a kind of big gap. He was a key player for Donkeys, and I don't see anybody who's really taken his role. Ryan Gold, maybe.
I think Miller can eventually, soon. There's no more doubts about it that Barron, Watson, and Miller are all ready to be in the senior squad. They're just not there yet because then the 21 is more important.
We got Ferguson as well to come in.
Yeah, true.
When his ACL's on the mend.
Yes.
Hopefully soon.
You've also got Doig, who could be there ahead of Taylor.
Hickey as well as a right back shout. Eventually, when
he's been injured for the past year now, pretty much.
And when he's back, I mean, he's a candidate to play
both wings. You've started in the defence, Kyle. So I'm sure you can guess which player I have in capital letters on my notes.
I guess it's the fellow for Norwich. No guesses. Grant Hanley.
Why the hell is he still there? Do we have literally no one better? Given the fact we've called up Nicky Devlin, I'm guessing the answer's no.
Probably not, no. And Liam Lindsay, he's a shout.
I do not get that. I fundamentally do not understand that. Preston are 19th in the Championship. Dom Hyam plays for Blackburn, who are 8th.
No, that's what's happened to him. He came for like one game and that was him.
Yeah, but why Lindsay and not Hyam? And why not both? No, instead of Hanley, who proved himself to be completely worthless in the last round of international games.
He's experienced, isn't he?
There isn't enough experience in the squad?
No, clearly not.
And if the experience lets you down, like it did against Poland, then what's the point of having him there? I wouldn't have even let him go anywhere near the Portugal game. After the Poland game, it would have been, thank you very much for your service for the national team. That is it. Retire now.
Where's Jack Henry and all this?
Oh, God knows.
He may be injured before we don't follow Saudi football.
Out of principle. Rolling in money.
Still a good player, though.
Goalkeeper, I can't be the only one who looks at the 3 goalkeepers and goes, is that all we've got?
I could just want Craig Gordon retired from international football, but obviously not.
I mean, I just want, like, the fact that Craig Gordon is the one that I want to start out of those 3 says enough.
Thought McCracken was an interesting one, to be honest.
It's someone who's there for the experience rather than there to play a game.
Has he played before for Scotland? No.
Don't think so.
I don't get the names up. Kind of was bizarre, but
I can't be the only one who's a bit like. I've never been convinced by Angus Gunn.
So excuse me.
I think to start with, I didn't think he was bad. I think
he didn't have a lot to do,
though.
Yeah, but I mean,
pulled the wool over eyes, maybe.
Like he only came in at the start of the last Euro qualifiers, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, he played the first game when we went to.
Where the only real challengers are Spain, where we lost the second game. Yes, we won the first one, but I don't recall him being one of the standouts in that team that night. They all played well, but it wasn't like he was someone who made 12 saves and won the game for us. And then you've got Norway as the other team we should be beating in that group. Like the team that's level pegging with us. Yes, we had the kind of miracle in Oslo, as you call it, but again, he wasn't integral. And then we had the kind of disappointing result at Hampden once we'd already qualified.
Who do you play him? Who do you play him instead then?
Well, that's what I mean. That's the problem. There's no one.
Yeah. I think you were implying there was someone who missed. I really don't know who you do replace him with.
Clark, I don't know. I don't know if he's
really
fit. He's
after the start of the season Hearts have had.
He's another keeper I can think of who's Scottish and decent. Well, decent.
I can't think of anyone. That's the
Liam Kelly was always kind of sitting on the bench, but if he just went to Rangers to sit on the bench, so that's probably killed his chances of even more.
What about McGrory? Is he pumped enough? I don't know.
Again, he's playing for Kilmarnock sides who aren't doing very well.
That's Dundee are doing right, aren't they?
That's the kind of problem you've got. Like, there must be someone in the under-21s who is the future of Scottish goalkeeping, but I don't see it.
Probably somebody like Josh Ray or...
Yeah.
Oh, well. I guess my opinions...
don't think he's 21.
No, like, young.
Yeah, but I also wanted young and good.
He's a good keeper. I'm not going to have that traitor, but he's a good keeper.
I do not care if he is the second coming of Dida.
It's an odd choice. All the keepers Dida.
Well, he's not going to be the best goalkeeper who's ever lived. So I thought I'd lower my expectations a bit. I thought he'd be the second coming of still a pretty damn good one.
Stefan Kloss.
Like he was a great goalkeeper.
He's not going to be the best goalkeeper anyone's ever had, and he's a dickhead, you know.
So in other words, keepers kind of just keep the ball with the keeper. Just don't let keepers have the ball.
No, but then they've not had a good game if they don't make 12 saves in a game.
I'm not saying they've not had a good game. I'm just saying I was yet to be convinced by Angus Gunn, and he's still not done anything to convince me he's the right option.
What was he going to do? Start doing keepy uppies on the halfway line?
Not be shit against Poland?
Yeah.
That is just one game, though.
Yeah, but it's one in the bad column, and I don't have many to cancel that out with.
Think about Davy Marshall. He had his game against the Czechs, then his game against Serbia when he saved the penalties. So
yeah, the game against Serbia was in the good. He then had his game in the bad column, and he's not played for Scotland since his game in the bad column.
Because he's retired.
Yeah. And arguably, Davy Marshall should have got his extra cap because I think he was 1 or 2 away from the Hall of Fame. We absolutely should have put him in goals against Cyprus and against Gibraltar in the friendly before the Euros. I'm all up for doing it for sentimentality.
He's got a special place in the Hall of Fame for those saves.
I think you have to have 50 caps to get in the actual Scotland Hall of Fame, though.
Damn, that sucks.
The last row of positions was up front, and it's just uninspiring. Like,
same as always.
The fact I'm a bit disappointed Tommy Conway's injured tells you how low my standards have fallen.
Lewis Morgan's interesting, at least. He's a winger, but attacker nonetheless.
He looked all right when I seen him. I can't remember who it was I seen him against, but he looked all right when he came up.
I like him. It's just he's kind of came back in after so many years in exile.
Yeah.
And this Andy Irving fella.
Yeah, from West Ham.
Who cares? Clark isn't going to play him.
Maybe a good player. I've never seen him play, but
he was just sitting on the bench.
The new Ryan Gold, who's also in the team.
Would anyone be surprised if Clark just played pretty much the same team as we could probably draft the team he's going to play right now?
Yeah, I'd agree with that one.
Well, I don't see Ralston, Porteous and Hanley, I'm not going to be interested. If I don't see Ralston, Porteous and Hanley playing, I'm not interested.
Yeah, but that's exactly what's going to happen.
Maybe Greg Taylor for the lulz.
Nope.
Right, Baguette, you're not happy.
He's just going to play the same players and we're going to lose again.
I hope you have egg in your face come Tuesday night.
So do I.
Or what, Saturday, whatever night it is. Friday and Monday, I think. I looked last night, I forgot. The weekend.
Yes.
Just roll with that. I think we're all Scotland are not the are we anymore?
No, I really don't want to talk about Scotland again next week. That's the end of that.
Anyway, that's cool. Then. It's game time. Yes, I lost, believe it or not. I did lose last week. Just take a minute to think about that. So I'm hosting the game this week. So we're doing the transfer game. And simply, it's a game where I give the two competitors a transfer that happened in history. And they have 5 clues to try and get it. It goes year and fee, position, nationality, team they left, team they joined. There's 5 players, plus a tiebreak if we get that far. And there's a theme. A theme.
Is there a theme? Is there a connection we've got to guess, or is it just themed and you're not given any points for guessing?
Oh, no, you can guess the connection. So connection, if you will. Same thing. So you get 2 points if you can guess the connection. 1 guess each, unless it matters come the end of the game.
Can I just say it's really upset me. It's really upset my OCD that you did the set sequence of clues like this. Because in my head they're like this.
The way I've done it, my phone is typed like that. So.
Oh, it's really upset me.
That's what I did.
It's the whole thing knackered. No, that's the whole thing knackered.
Well, you forfeit. You forfeit, right? GG's, well done.
Put on the FPL update. Well done, Robert.
No, I don't. I'd rather play the game.
You get 1 guess at the connection theme each.
Yeah.
I think I said that. I can't remember mind. So are we ready,
cool.
competitors?
Yeah.
Gladiator, are you ready?
Yes. I don't know what to say.
I assumed that was the contender.
I wasn't. I forgot what I said. few too many Cronenbergs. So 2018 on a free transfer.
Oofed.
It's been a while. Effie Ambrose.
No.
He was definitely retired, but Kyle's not playing, so Stephen Ireland.
Oh my God, how did you not get that right? Wrong. 2018 free for a midfielder.
Well then.
Save your guess. It's not Stephen Ireland.
Thank you.
Darn.
Probably too late for him, but we'll try David Turnbull anyway.
This is not David Turnbull.
Midfielder. I'm struggling now. I pass. It's the free bit that throws it. It could literally be anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
2018 free transfer midfielder who is from England.
Oh no.
England.
What was happening in 2018? I've forgotten what was happening in 2018.
I think it was after, but I'm going to go with Michael Carrick.
No. I don't know, it was 2018. I can't mind what was happening in 2018. Freaky Friday was top of the charts.
I was just trying to think what was happening kind of, football-wise, and this is definitely stalling, so I don't have to give you an answer.
I'll move on, don't worry.
Yeah, just do it, please.
2018 free transfer midfielder from England left Arsenal.
Oh, I was going to guess literally people who left Arsenal.
Well, you didn't, eh? That was the issue.
I know.
I think he was English that left Arsenal.
Is it too late for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain?
It's not the Ox.
I said Aaron Ramsey.
He's not English.
Oh shit!
Yeah, most notably not English.
He's not Ramsey.
Oh well.
Unless we got an admin error.
Whoops, so my brain went into a bit of overload there.
For the big 1-pointer, 2018 for a free midfielder who's English left Arsenal to join West Ham. Oh, he's missed an absolute tap in here.
Yes, we have, and I can picture it.
It's every time.
It's one of those ones where I'll know it the minute you say it.
Oh, yeah, that's how answer works.
Declan Rice? No, he was after that, wasn't he? And he was, I must say, time he played for, but he went for ages. Ignore me.
That did sound like a guess to me, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't know anyway, so.
Neither do I, but if I say that, it gives me an extra 10 seconds that I can try and think of the answer. Who is definitely in my head, but I genuinely cannot think, so I'll let him put me out of my misery.
So, no takers?
No.
It is Mr. Polystyrene, Jack Wilshere.
Of course it is.
Oh, I forgot about him.
I forgot he played for West Ham.
I don't think he actually played. He was there, but he never actually played.
Oh.
Well, I don't know. Any guesses on the theme connection? No?
No.
I'll leave it for now.
I could do a jokey one, but I better not because you'll accept it as correct.
I can take it.
Wait. I'll do it again. I can see it in my head. I just...
Anyway, 2006, a free transfer.
Oh, well, do I want to guess at the connection?
Can't if you want.
No.
2006.
In 2006, the Ketchup song was #1 in the charts.
Do you actually know this?
No, I do not.
Am I going to have to fact check this and put yes or no in the edit?
Do you want?
All I can hear is the Ketchup song now.
I'm trying to work out if the Ketchup song's from before or after 2006. I think it's before.
Listen about the Ketchup song. Any guesses, or are we going to...
I can't even think now.
2002 for those that care.
Oh.
Pass.
Well, for that. 2006, free for a defender.
David Weir.
No.
Jamie Carragher.
2006, free transfer defender who's English.
2006.
I'm sure they paid money for Phil Neville, but that's my guess anyway.
It's It's not Philip Neville.
I'll guess Gary then.
It's not Gary either. He never left Man United.
Do you know? No, I can't mind.
2006.
I said Aaron Ramsey was in.
2007?
2006, I haven't finished speaking.
You said 2007.
Shut up. 2006, free transfer. Defender's English, left Arsenal.
So Campbell.
2 points.
Could see it in my head, just couldn't think of his name.
To join
Fuck knows at that point.
Portsmouth.
That's
it. So 2-0. Next one, 2009, alone.
Oh God, this is the transfer game. It's not the loan game. What is this?
We've done loans in the past.
Aaron Ramsey.
It is not Aaron Ramsey.
What time did he win? What year did he go to Rangers? I think it was after the. I'll say anyway. Vladimir Weiss.
Negative. 2009, alone for a midfielder.
I'll say Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain again.
No.
Pass. Can't mind. I can't think.
2009, alone for a midfielder who is English.
If the connection is just they're all English, I'm going to hate my life.
Could be.
Joseph Barton.
It's not young Joseph.
Nah, nothing.
2009, on a loan, midfielder who's English, left LA Galaxy.
Beckham.
To Pois.
AC Milan, I believe.
To join AC Milan for the first time. He went back the next year, I think. Yeah, well, it's 2 apiece. We're getting a bit tense. I think this is player 4. I'm losing track.
Yes, does.
Okay, 1993, 11.25 million.
Gary Lineker.
No.
Gattuso.
No. 1993, 11.25 million for an attacker.
Alan Shearer.
No. It is in euros because it's transfer mark we're using for
That's
this.
fine. Sounded quite a lot for someone in 1993.
It did seem a lot at the time.
Michael Owen?
No. 1983, 11.25 million, an attacker who is Dutch.
Bergkamp?
Just 3 points.
Good answer.
And don't tell me he's not an attacker because he is.
Yeah, there's no better description.
He's an attacking midfielder, but obviously attacker. This is the final one. There's 5-2 in the points. So 2018, a free transfer.
Stephen Ireland.
No.
Bilal Mojni.
No.
I don't know if he was still kicking about it.
2018, a free transfer for an attacker.
Steve Dobie.
No. Right time.
Definitely wrong.
Right time for him. When he went back to Queens.
Andy Carroll.
No. 2018, a free transfer for an attacker who is English.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Wayne Rooney.
3 points.
Nicely done.
Oh, thank God for that.
Was that when he went?
From Everton to DC United.
Oh, I forgot he went to America first.
That was, I tried to read curveball there, but never got that far. Well, good thing I made a tiebreaker.
Are we doing the tiebreaker or are we doing guess on the connection for the tiebreaker?
Guess whenever you want. You can do the tiebreaker first if nobody's got to guess. It's up to yourselves.
I'm trying to see if there's a connection that I can make out of any of this.
I'd say do the tiebreaker as well.
Yeah.
I'll tell you there's a connection anyway at some point.
Yeah, don't tell us what it is. Like, because if Robert gets 1 point on the tiebreaker, I could get 2 points for the connection.
That's fine. Okay. 2001. This is a tiebreaker. 5 million. 5 million euros. And 01.
I'm not sure.
No takers?
Nah.
Nope.
2001, 5 million for an attacker.
Oh, God.
No, it's not really. I was 2.
Yeah. Same for part of 2001.
That was 1.
Same for part of 2001.
If it happened towards the end of August, then it was 3. But I still wasn't playing transfer games student at that point.
Thanks. 2001, 5 million, an attacker from Brazil. I spelled wrong.
How did you spell Brazil?
Adriano.
It doesn't matter how I spelled it. It's not Adriano.
No.
Ronaldinho?
3 points.
Well done.
And the game. The tiebreaker will do nothing. The tiebreaker, the connection will do nothing.
Will do nothing. The only thing I know about Dennis Bergkamp is that he couldn't fly. And I spent my whole time going, that can't be right, because David Beckham definitely likes an aeroplane.
It's not to do with Dennis Bergkamp's fear of flying.
Part of me also wondered if it was to do with sons who played football, but I didn't think Jack Wilshere was old enough to have a son who played football.
He's not. Well, I don't think he is. No takers. It's a little bit left field.
Ronaldinho threw me, to be honest. I had a guess of Premier League playing the Prem, but Ronaldinho didn't.
No.
Some sort of advertising thing?
I don't really mean by that.
All sponsored by Nike.
They've all been in the same kind of sponsor, yeah.
No. Well, perhaps, but this isn't my connection.
What is your connection? I think we've run out of ideas, Robert. Is that right?
They've all been cover athletes on the FIFA/EAFC franchise.
Nice.
Okay, actually, yeah.
Relevant for the
time. 2010?
12.
12.
It
would have been 2010.
Campbell was 2000, 2001, something like that. Beckham was the 90s. Bergkamp was the 90s.
Ronaldinho was definitely 2004, because I remember having the game. Or was it 2005?
Rooney and Ronaldinho was like 06 to about 10.
Yeah, permanently.
Because they were like fixtures. They were the two sort of giveaways. So, yes. Greg, you get to play me next week.
Greg.
I forgot to write down Wayne Rooney. I'm going to get absolutely pumped based on that performance. What was I going to say about the FIFA thing? Oh, I'm disappointed for the not getting Pierre-Louis. Disappointed for not getting Collina at the time when he was bought by Juventus.
He was Pez, wasn't he?
There you go.
He wasn't in the document I found anyway.
That must be why.
So yes, good luck for next week. I'm back, so
I'm going to absolutely need it.
Well,
FPL time.
Yeah, I'll do the update if you want. It's been a slow one for me after all the.
I've not even seen how I got on.
But it makes me feel a wee bit better that Kyle Palmer is in last place. Ali, congratulations, you're second bottom, son. You're off the bottom. So Kyle in 13th, Greg remains solid in 11th, and I have made an absolutely terrible downfall from being number 1 a few weeks ago to 10th.
Am I only 2 points behind you now?
2 points ahead of Greg, yeah.
You rub it in.
Yeah.
No worries.
Anyway, we're not doing too well, even after my good start. But let's go to top 3. Kieran Thompson in 3rd, Jacob Besson in 2nd, and Kyle Pagan remains in number 1, leading. Sorry, I was going to say leading, pulling away from the pack is what I was going to say.
Yes, he's now well over 100 points above Kyle.
Just you wait till I know how to use those wildcard things, and I'll be back in business. So, but yeah, thanks again for all taking part.
I'd like to thank Emmy Martinez and Noni Madueke for saving my weekend.
Wait till I cave into Haaland. I'll cave into Haaland, and then you'll be sorry.
Have you still not got Haaland?
I'm going to stick to my guns. I'll come last by 100 points if I need to stick to my guns.
To be fair, he didn't score at the weekend or the week before, so you must be doing something right.
Well, they're not from bottom of the league.
Yeah, true.
Anyway, before I start crying about this, thanks all for watching. Been very kind. Thanks for having a chat with me, gents.
You're
very welcome.
As per
Thank you for your
contract.
warm welcome.
As per the contract, follow the socials, Twitter, X, sorry.
No, Twitter.
Yeah, we do.
YouTube and Instagram. But
we do have some news coming out soon, so keep your eye on the socials.
Hopefully.
Not revealing anything.
So yeah, I think that's all. Thanks for watching. Like this. And Godspeed.
See you soon.
Cheerio.
And we didn't even have to talk about Newcastle being shit. Great.